Good morning, student. Today we are going to start our new chapter, Subject-Verb Concord. Concord means agreement. First, we will know what is subject-verb agreement. Subject-verb agreement means we use our verb according to our subject. If our subject is singular, we use singular verb, and if our subject is plural, we use plural verb. General rules. In English, the verb must agree with its subject in number and person. In other words, the verb must be of the same number and person as the subject. There are some rules. Rule number 1. When the subject of a sentence is composed of two or more nouns or pronouns connected by and, use a plural verb. In simple word, we can say that if two singular nouns or pronouns are connected with and, we use plural verb. Example: Hema and Sudha are at the fair. In this sentence, Hema and Sudha are two singular nouns and they are connected with and, so we use plural verb are. Now rule number 2. When two or more singular nouns or pronouns are connected by or nor, the verb should agree with the part of that subject that is nearer to the verb. Example: the paper or the file is in the drawer. Now the file is nearer to verb, so we use our verb according to the file. Rule number 3. When a compound subject contains both a singular and a plural noun or pronoun joined by or nor, the verb should agree with that part of the subject that is nearer to the verb. Same, if our two singular nouns or pronouns or one singular or other is plural noun or pronoun connected with or nor, the verb should agree with the part of the subject that is nearer to verb. For example, Mahesh or his friends run every day. In this sentence, Mahesh is singular and his friend is plural, but his friend is the subject which is nearer to the verb, so we will use verb according to his friends. In next sentence, his friends or Suresh runs every day. His friend is plural and Suresh is singular, and Suresh is nearer to the verb, so we use verb according to Suresh. Now our next rule: doesn't is a contradiction of does not and should be used only with a singular subject, and don't is the contradiction of do not and should be used only with a plural subject. The exception of this rule appears in the case of the first person and the second person pronouns I and you. With these pronouns, the contradiction doesn't should be used. Look at some example. She doesn't like it. She is singular, so we use doesn't. Ram and Gopal don't like it. In this sentence, Ram and Gopal, these are two singular subjects but connected with and, so we use plural don't. We use doesn't with singular nouns and don't with plural noun, but with I and you we use don't. Rule number 5. Do not be misled by a phrase that comes between the subject and the verb. If there is a phrase between the subject and the verb, use verb according to the subject. The verb agrees with the subject, not with a noun or a pronoun in the phrase. For example, one of the student. This is a phrase, and in this phrase subject is one, so we will use verb according to the one, not with the student. So with one we use is. One of the student is absent. Same in the next sentence, student who listen to the teachers. This is the phrase listen to the teachers. In this sentence subject is student, so we will use verb according to the student. The team captain as well as his players is absent. If our two subjects connected with conjunction as well as, we use verb according to our first subject. In this sentence, the team captain is our first subject and it is singular, so we use is. The novel including all the chapter in the first section is boring. Now our last rule is the words each, each one, either, neither, everyone, everybody, anybody, anyone, nobody, somebody, someone and no one are all singular and therefore require a singular verb. Example, each of these dishes is tasty. Everybody knows Mr. Tejpal. Either is not correct. So don't be confused in this rule. If there are these words, always use singular verb with these words. I hope you will understand the chapter Subject-Verb Concord or Subject-Verb Agreement. If you have any problem or any doubt in this chapter, you can ask.